poster is on Elasia chlorotica sea slug and Symbiodinium. It was created by myself, Caitlin Walsh, and Alyssa Reese. So to introduce this topic, so the zooxanthellae are housed within the cells of the digestive gland of the sea slug. So the nudibranch takes up the Symbiodinium through prey, so this could be algae, soft corals, and occasionally hard corals. The nudibranch's incorporation of the zooxanthellae results in its cryptic camouflaged appearance and its photosynthetic processes. So this allows the sea slug to create additional nutrients produced by the symbiote and produced by photosynthesis, which allows the sea slug to live without food for weeks to months, depending on how efficient the photosynthetic process is. So to focus on the sea slug, the Elasia chlorotica sea slug, it is commonly known as the Eastern Emerald Elysia, so that is because of its bright green color as seen in Figure 1. So it is found along the east coast of the United States, from as far south as Florida to as far north as Canada, Nova Scotia, so all up along that North American east coast, and it can even be found on the coast of Texas sometimes. So it likes to live in salt marshes, tidal marshes, pools, and shallow creeks, so really anywhere where it can still get that sunlight through the water and photosynthesize in order to create energy. It feeds on algae primarily, and it uses its green leaf-like appearance to camouflage from predators, so as seen in Figure 1 again, it has that veiny structure, and it really just looks like a leaf when it's all spread out like that, and even when it's mobile, it really just looks like a leaf moving through the water. So the sea slug can live for 9 to 10 months, and they are about 1 to 6 centimeters in size. So now let's take a closer look at the symbiote. So the symbiote involved is Symbiodinium. It is the largest and most prevalent group of endosymbiotic dinoflagellates, and it offers a cryptic appearance and color, so that is that green color that allows the sea slug to camouflage, and it allows the host to survive food shortages. So the Symbiodinium can be seen in Figure 2, and it is just these small microorganisms that can be found in a wide range of things that the sea slug will take in. So looking at the sea slug's life cycle as seen in Figure 3, it starts out as these just eggs, and then it hatches into a larvae. The larvae then begin feeding on algae, which is where they began to turn green, as seen in the 5 days after feeding, and soon they will become that green leaf-like adult, and they will reproduce and have those plastid-free eggs, so the plastids do not transfer to their offspring. So when you put these two organisms together, you get their lovely symbiotic relationship. So the sea slug eats the algae but does not digest the chloroplasts, and it allows for the chloroplastic symbiosis, which is a form of cryptoplasty. The slug will feed on the algae when it is a young larvae, and when it grows to an adult, it really just relies on that photosynthesis that the chloroplasts perform in order to create energy. It really no longer feeds on its own and just uses the energy provided by the photosynthesis. So going on to kleptoplasty, which is what this symbiosis is all about. It comes from, if you break the word apart, you get klepto, coming from Greek origins, meaning thief or to steal, and plasty, which is involving a plastid. So in this case, that's involving the chloroplast. So when you put that together, you get a symbiotic relationship where an organism sequesters or steals the chloroplast or plastids of another. So in this case, the sea slug is stealing the chloroplasts from the Symbiodinium and sequestering them in their digestive glands in order to use them for photosynthesis and to create energy. So this can kind of be demonstrated in Figure 4. So Figure 4a is the sea slug, and then 4b shows how the sea slug just kind of keeps those chloroplasts within its glands and within its cells, so it kind of incorporates them into its overall body. And then 4c and 4d show how the sea slug use the chloroplast to create ATP, which is energy, so which allows it to survive. So overall, you get this nice relationship where the sea slug kind of takes those chloroplasts and really uses them for itself. So this process can occur in other organisms such as ciliates, Dinoflagellates, sea slugs and nudibranchs, which is what we are discussing, foraminifera, and flatworms. So all of these organisms use a type of kleptoplasty, some species, in order to have better success. So pretty much why the sea slug does this is because they could not find enough food. So by taking in the chloroplast from the algae, they were able to survive food shortages. So this means that they were primarily relying on that photosynthesis from the sun and no longer had to go forage for food. And this allows them to stay more hidden, and also it provides that green color and lets them spread out into that little leaf. So along with being able to survive food shortages, they also gained a form of camouflage, which allowed them to increase their fitness, which is why this symbiosis was selected and has been kept through time. Thank you.